And we've got it, the final in the line of the Creature from the Black Lagoon, NECA Universal Monster thing. As I said in my previous Raphael video, was not excited about these two. Kind of wanted them to be something new or different or whatever, but a lot of people wanted him to be one of these to be Toka and Razar as that, and that's a little too on the nose, but I think I might have preferred that over what we got. And there's reasons. They did such a bang-up job with those first, like, 6 figures and choosing exactly who to do, maybe 7 figures, choosing who to pick, that I thought they were building towards something. And then to just rehash these two seems like a throwaway. We'll get there. So here's the side. It does also show the other ones in this area. They are doing still the same thing where they do the last 3. And then there we go. I was kind of hoping, and this is where I'm going with this. I was kind of hoping that they were going to, as I throw Raphael there, I was hoping that they were going to do a show, comic, something with this, and actually have it where the monsters are fighting Shredder with foot soldier vampires. That was kind of what was told to us by the powers that be. It's just a swamp background. I'm not even going to bother, like, taking it out. Woo, there's the swamp. Because I was hoping that we'd be able to have, like, a nice, like, media presence on this, maybe? I don't know. So, the first one to come with just a regular turtle. Right there. Let's zit, and then zoom out. There we go. Ta-da! This is Leo as the Creature from the Black Lagoon. There's a piece of something taped on the side. Looks like his fishing gear. And then got ourselves a sword with a fish and a sword without a fish. Both of them are spears, which is very good. And then the figure looks great. Don't get me wrong there, but the company is making some weird choices. I mentioned in the last video how I'm no longer having to be 100% complete on these lines because they refuse to release things that I want in normal fashions. They put them as SDCC exclusives, and those are easier to get than Walmart CollectorCon exclusives. I'm leaving Target out of the mix because they've actually been delivering product, so good on you, Target. So here is Leo as the creature. We do not get a second head on here. It looks like this does spin like usual, so that's cool because you could have it like he's floating underwater. Little bit disappointing in the in the part that this is just another Leo. So what do I do with the other Leo canonically, guys? You were working towards something real cool, and then it just turned into this. Like, what does Hunchback Leo turn into this guy? No, you just started making toys again, and it's less disappointing and more just plain annoying. Like, it would have been really cool if we'd had like a series that went along with these guys. He is hindered a little bit by his shoulder there, but there are Ninja Turtle toys. It is nice that this is completely separate. I thought this was attached. So you can take that off if you so desire. His leg does not go up very far at all. And then, of course, this is hindered by numerous things. This time the fins here as well as the knee. Ankle is, of course, a rocker and swivel combo, which is the tried and true method of 6 to 7 inch action figures. Do have their weird double joint system that they got for their arms. I actually appreciate that. That's a little good. And then he has these open swimming hands that come with him. Let's see what we got. He has some smaller swimming hands that aren't quite as wide open as these ones. If you look, they're just a little different. We're not even going to worry about those because I like to just put these guys in their, I won't say their final pose, but what they're going to mostly be on my shelf, because that's what really matters to me. That is the wrong hand. There. And then just pop these right on. There. Now, I understand that they had to steer clear of however the toys were done because of the agreements, kind of like a soft agreement with Super 7 to not like bump each other's business, but at a certain point, maybe just do the ones that were like that as a toy. It doesn't really matter because, like, well, Leonardo's more like Dracula than he is like the Wolfman or whatever. It doesn't really matter. But some semblance of canon would be appreciated. All right. Looks like this is just a standard spear sword, which that can go right in there. That's pretty cool. It's like a wooden spear, which is interesting. And then this one is yet another broken part of a spear or mast, I guess. Trying to squeeze that through this hole. There it goes. Wonderful sculpt, wonderful coloring. Everything is great with the figure. It's literally its existence that bothers me. Like, are we not getting that Shredder now? Because probably, like, Universal's like, no, we can't have Dracula be a bad guy. He's only a blood-sucking murderer. What? Oh my god, these are terrible. So in this bag, there's a bunch of little things. You get this, like, rope and a bobber. And then a bunch of hooks. You got 4 hooks and 2 bobbers. And these things are so tiny, I'm not even putting these on. Like, not until I'm, like, in my retirement home. Because this is ridiculous. How I think it's still plastic, but it feels like should be metal. And I'm sure you're supposed to hook these on this at somewhere and then hang it. But I'm not losing this. So we're putting that right back into the bag. That's going to go with the "why did you give me this" category of figures. I don't like it when they give us stuff like that isn't like actually attached via something that's not going to just fall apart immediately. Yeah. That's going to go right back into a bag. We're not losing those. It's cool that they give them to you, and if you've got the ability to store something without losing it, that even better on you. But what I end up running into is this figure ends up falling over in my detolf. For whatever magic reason, they just fall over, and then those little things get lost. So, yeah. And I'll be honest with you, if this was like any other line, I probably wouldn't care, but I'm not sure if I'm keeping this line. And let's talk about that, because I was so into this line when it first came out, and then they bombed it with that redoing the characters. I also think they should do a bunch of other characters that aren't Universal monsters, but maybe they have to chug through those. I really, really think, like, oh, the amphibian turns into a lizard or another amphibian. Like, this one's kind of not my thing. Love the way the figure looks. Love that it mixes well with Universal monsters. But they were really building towards a canon, and they botched it. Simple as that. I mean, it's like the WWE Eternia crossover that they did. They started just phoning them in. This doesn't feel phoned in, but I think the next one might be. Because we still got to get another, Michelangelo and Donatello out of this line. And without the, Metalloid Mutant or whatever that thing's called, which is weird. That's kind of the name. It's the thing from like some old horror movie with the brain on top, and it's got the claws. There was a toy of one previously, and then we got Dracula. So probably going to see a Donnie as Dracula or Donnie as the Metalloid mutant or whatever. And that's probably going to be it, because unless they're going to go back and redo the Turtles again in that time, they do that, I'm selling these and I'm not touching it anymore. I'm done. I'm out. The only reason I bought these is because I didn't want them to be hard to find later if they course corrected. Course correction, perfectly fine. If whatever you want to do, like they do the across the mutant verse or across the horror verse or something, and they want to do it that way, that's fine. But I don't need 600 Leonardos and Raphaels. I would have preferred if they were going to do this kind of a thing that they would have just done a Tatsu and made him the Wolfman or something, and that way you didn't have to have his face showing or something. I mean, even the Toka and Razar would have been, like, to make Toka the lizard and or sorry, Toka, yeah, and Razar the like to flip them would have been fine. I don't care. There's something better they could have done. This seems like this was, and this is, mind you, this seems like it was NECA did not do this. This seems like it was Universal said, no, you have to use them, and they have to be the Turtles because they're our big guys. These are all murdering horror monsters. They can be bad guys. Just saying. Hope you enjoyed this little rant review. Please like, subscribe, comment. Till next time, I'm Alpha Magnus. These are tough.